My name is Chad Matthews, and I'm a missional storyteller. I traveled all over the country building friendships with men and women experiencing homelessness, capturing their stories and seeing how they live. Now I'm back home in East Texas, where I've asked 15 of my best friends to share their story of what it's like to live life on the street.
I was in foster care until I was 10 years old. I was a lot of foster cares, homes, a lot of foster families. A lot of them abused me, and some of them, they come at night and they rape me. A lot of my foster dads, but I never told anyone. And it hurts me to this day, but at the same time, I kind of realized it wasn't my fault. When I was at school, every time I was at school, the people always make fun of me because I couldn't never take a shower or anything. I only take a shower maybe one time a week, and that's only maybe for church only. So church people think I'm doing good. This guy named Tony, he said he was gonna save me, he was gonna protect me. At 17 and a half, I left, and I went to Wisconsin with him. I was pregnant by him. I thought I was gonna get married by him. I thought he was the one. He started abusing me after he found out what stuff that happened to me in my life. That's why I really never tell anyone about my life, because how do I know they're not gonna use it against me? I didn't want to live anymore, but at the same time I knew God was there beside me. If I killed myself, then I know that I gave up on God, and I didn't want that. So I kept on going through my life. It was kind of like prostituting, but without consent of prostituting. My sister, of course, God's sister, she tied me up to the bed and she bring guys to, a whole bunch of guys inside the room, and they just have sex with me or rape me or whatever people call it now. And they pay her, and she says that, well, it's just an act, that I'm just acting. And this guy that I met online, but I knew him for a couple months, so I thought that, he was a good guy or whatever. He was in the army. I took him to church. I said, hey, you should go to church with me, but we were supposed to go to the movies or whatever, but I changed my mind. I said, the church invited me to church, you should go with me. And he's like, no, let's go. So he put a gun to me, to my side, and he told me let's go. So I walked away. I walked with him. A guy stopped us by the door, and he asked, y'all just got here, why y'all leaving? Y'all don't like to preach when the pastor's preaching? And I said, yeah, I do, but this is my only ride. And he said that his mom was calling him, so he let us go. We went to my house, my adopted parents' house, and we went to the backyard, and he abused me. He ripped my clothes off, and he raped me over and over again. And then he picked me up and threw me down the ground in a big ant pile. I went into the closet and I started crying. I got so paranoid that I felt like the walls were caving in, that I saw ghosts, I saw shadows, and I thought I was just crazy. And I started cutting myself a lot. And now I was living in the woods at the time. Now I lived in the woods, and the woods was creepy. I saw shadows again. I heard footsteps. It was so cold. The only thing you hear is the train, like every 5 minutes, so you can barely sleep. It's not very fun to live in the woods. It's not very fun to be homeless. When we were inside a tent and we had to leave, we had to wait. We had to watch out for the railroad people because we're right next to the railroad track. You had to watch out for them. You had to watch out for cops because cops started roaming around in the morning, and me and Dad were kind of scared because what if we get arrested or something, you know? And we had to watch out for people because if someone sees that you coming out of the woods, maybe later on when you leave, they could go through the woods and they could find your tent. They could take your tent because they already took one of our tents and we got another tent. You know, you have to be open 24/7 pretty much because you don't know, especially at night, you don't know if anyone's gonna sneak up on you or anyone's gonna kill you at night when you're asleep or anything. And it's scary at night. It's scary that you have to watch out, or you have to protect yourself and others, whoever else you have. My dream is after I finish high school, I go to college for therapy and business. I want to open my own business and have a whole bunch of rooms inside there, and have it for the pregnant women, for the people who got raped, people who got abused, and who got abandoned, men or women 16 to 25. And it's gonna cost Survivor, and they're gonna have a bed, a dresser, and a TV, and then whatever else they want inside there, and they're gonna have a home daycare, 24/7 therapy, and that would be me. Never give up, have faith in God, and never deny, never get away from God, because God didn't do it. I used to think that God is God's fault, but now I don't.